Hello, hello. Guess whose non-planning self is on live again? That would be me. I'm like, I've got a little time, so oops, excuse me. I've set up something so that I can read my comments and things over here. Didn't realize it had volume. So there we go. And I wouldn't be surprised if nobody showed up, wouldn't even be mad about it. You guys are pretty good at doing the replay though. Today I'm actually drinking lemonade, that cool, refreshing drink. I said, you know what, Kimberly, if you got to have plausible deniability every time you get your tail on live, maybe you need to start thinking about what you say when you get your tail on live. So I'm trying to do a little bit better. We're going to do better. I can, I can do hard things. I really can. But this lemonade is quite refreshing and I'm quite thirsty. So what have you guys been up to? That's what I'm curious about. How have y'all been doing? It feels like I haven't talked to you in a long time. The last video I uploaded was actually kind of an old video. And if you know anything about me and my channel, I'm pretty good about filming something and putting it out by the end of the week. And that was older. I had been kind of sick, not over all the sickness yet. Today I go to a specialist and we'll see how that goes. That's why I got a little bit of clothes on. Got dressed early, had some time, and I said, you know what, since I got time, I'm going to check in on the girls and see what y'all are up to. So hopefully some of you all filter in, come by, say hello, check in with me, let me know what you've been up to. I should be at school right now, but we're out because of cold weather. I don't even know what the temperature is. I just be minding my business. Y'all said I'm out. I'm out. I don't need to know the specifics. I'm out. In fact, I haven't watched the news since yesterday. Something happened yesterday. I can't recall what it was, but it was something on the news that I already knew I didn't want to see, didn't want to know about. None of that. So I made sure I didn't. I have not watched the news yesterday. So since yesterday, I mean. All right, sip, sip, hooray, and all that jazz. I have been doing a little bit of filming. I will say this. Um, of course, I knew TikTok was out, but what I didn't know was I didn't know CapCut was a part of TikTok. So I get ready to edit some of my footage that I have, thinking, I'll just do a video, whatever, since I'm not watching the news, I'm not keeping up with current events, and I couldn't even do that because CapCut was also cut. I had no idea. So I mean, I'm an American through and through. I like supporting American products where American products are good. Some people would challenge that because I do have a foreign car, but yeah, I do. I try to support American goods and things like that. I didn't even know CapCut was not an American product. Who knew? I just knew it was a pretty good product. People were telling me that I could have used whatever the editing software is for iPhone and stuff, but I don't have an iPad. I don't have any of the eyes other than these and the phone I have. That's it. So, and I'm not about to, what does that say on there? I don't know how people do all that editing and everything they do on their small phones. I'm pretty bad at editing in general because I also don't airbrush and all that stuff, my thumbnails. And that's probably a part of what keeps my small channel small. And I'm not mad at that though. But they tell me thumbnails are what help people determine whether or not they want to watch your videos, right? And so you should airbrush them and you should look polished and you should, and I don't do all of that because the one thing I would hate is for somebody to see me in person and be like, you Kimberly? Because I thought she was, because I'll be honest, I have seen people in person. I'm like, oh, they don't quite look like what I thought they would look like in person. And I don't want to be that. I want somebody to see me and be like, okay, that's my girl. I recognize her. But my channel's so teensy tiny. Nobody has done that yet. Maybe one day. We'll see. Oh, let's see. Somebody has joined in. Let me see if I can fix this and get it together. I'm trying to read it. Oh, I should be wearing my glasses. Hi, Jennifer. How are you, beautiful? Nice to see you. And welcome to my little live here, my little corner. So that's what we're doing. Good afternoon. 60 is the new 60. I was just watching her video the other day. You talk about fit, baby. You and I need to have a little talk because I saw you and I was like, 60? She looking like that? Let me get back on this ab roller. Let me see what I can, baby. I have cramps ever since. I'm gonna need you to post a video to talk about what you're supposed to do when you did too much. That's what I need you to see. Is and matter of fact, I should be very mad at you. I really should, but I won't be. I'm gonna keep it cute. Hi, Reba Renee. How are you? Not you laughing at me 60 by 60 because I'm telling you a true story. I was hurting somewhere that I thought ain't no muscle there. So what could that possibly? I guess it was a muscle there, like deep, deep in the recesses of my body. There was a muscle there and it was hurting. So I said, okay, I'm gonna have to take it slower. I need to find videos more about stretching and all of that. I've seen some that, stretch your hips and do all of that. I just need straight up stretch my ab muscles, stretch my arm muscles, like just get me ready for this workout beat down because I was very much feeling beat down. I was defeated. And I paid for that. I paid 30 some odd dollars for it. It was cheap on Temu, but I'm just saying I did pay for it. All right, let's see. I love it in your corner, girl, the way I hollered. The way I hollered. Listen, I had to keep it together. I kept it together when I was trying to sample it because, you want to look like you know what you're doing. Oh, push it, girls. Yes, you can do it. You can. But on the inside, I was like, girl, how is you going to get up? The getting down is easy. You get over 50, you can get down. You can drop it like it's hot. I just need to know who is going to help me pick it back up. Raise your hand. And wasn't nobody raising their hand, so it was just me. When you live by yourself, some of that foolishness you be trying to do, you are not trying to do. I learned that the hard way. I did. I did learn that. We taking it slower, and I'm stretching. I saw someone doing like backward swimming motions and things like that. There are parts of my body I'm used to, like my legs and my butt or whatever. I'm used to those muscles working and engaging because I dance and I skate and I walk. But that core, we need to have a conversation. We do. We need to have a conversation about them core muscles because if the core is what's going to keep me fit and able, I ain't able to be fit. I already know this. But I'm going to work on it. I can do hard things. I tell you what, that's going to be my motto for 25. All year long, when you hear me saying, I can do hard things, know that I'm trying not to lie to myself and I'm trying to really do hard things. I don't know if I can now. Don't put nothing in my hand. I put my little lemonade in my wine glass. Wait, is it lemonade though? Because just in case I really do step off and say something foolish, let me say this could be lemonade. This could be wine. Although I don't think there's any wine that's cloudy like this. I need my plausible deniability to be a little more plausible, don't I? It's lemonade. I admit that it's lemonade. But I just said to myself, self, just don't say nothing foolish. If you can do that, if you can stay within the confines of acting like you got some good sense, you should be all right. My mother used to say it all the time. I don't know what else to do with the little heifer. I sent her to school. I bought her books. She is what she is. That's just what she is. But anyway, let's see. You make me want to get that machine. Go get it. Go get it. And let me tell you, Misery Love Company, tell me how much it hurt you later. Yes. Go get that machine, Reba. Yes. Tell me about it later, because why should I be out here hurting by myself? No reason. Let me put this down. I tell you, I don't know what it is. I have, according to my channel, made about 100 or so videos. I only get nervous when I'm doing lives. Why? Why do I get nervous? I've talked to y'all 50, 11 times. Y'all have talked to me back. Those of you who do talk to me back, love those comments. Because I'm like, it really makes me feel like I get to know y'all. Some of you know that don't comment on my page, baby, because one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click and I'm going to see, oh, you got a channel? And then I'm going to support you right back. I'm going to watch your video. I'm going to comment like on it as well. But I kind of do that too so that I can get to know who's getting to know me. Because we friends, right? I don't care if we just internet friends. Internet friends count. Because I'll tell you this, I've got friends in person who I've told about my channel, still not even a dozen yet, just a few. But the few friends that I've told about my channel in person, I'm like, help me out, y'all. Leave me a comment. Make sure you leave a like, help my channel grow. Do you think they did? I'm still counting them as friends. because I'm just going to say that maybe because they know me personally, they didn't really see the vision of it. Hell, I didn't see the vision of it. I one day just got a wild hair that said, "Girl, get you a camera, press record, see what happened." So that's what I've been doing. I'm over here reading the comments. It said, "I applaud you because I think doing lives would be intimidating." Actually is. Hi, Aaron. I've never heard of you. How are you? I'm glad you're loving the content. If they're not feeling the content, it's all good. The right people will. I 100% agree. 1000% actually agree. I was like, I'm going to find my tribe one day. Somebody told me I need to name my community, but I'm not that creative. I'm just like, we hanging out. Like, I don't really name my friends. We all divas and devos. How do I really name that? And let's see, finally caught alive. Hey, Lori, it is impossible for me to watch and work. I cannot stop laughing. I'm just over here being real. I'm just talking about life. You laughing at my life? I should not be offended. Is you laughing at my life? Is you? Girl, you should see me at work, because sometimes some of the stuff that kids say, I recorded one time a lesson and one of my kids said, "Shut up," and said the word out loud. And I was like, should I edit this out? Should I? I don't. Y'all don't know a fifth of the stuff. And I just teach first grade this year. This year I'm teaching first grade. I've actually taught all the grades, kindergarten through eighth, in some capacity or another. I'm going to say the fifth graders, the older kids, when they say some stuff, you're expecting it. But the younger kids, when they say it, they had a viral video of somebody, she had it. And so the way we do it is we have it, and then you put a s in front of it, you put it together, sit, it, pit. So some kids said, "Shh, it," and they said the word. I've had that happen too. And it's like, "Show is a word, baby. I wish you hadn't said that." Because you ain't gonna remember nothing else that we did all day. You're gonna remember that, and you're gonna go home and say, "My teacher said," dang it, but you're right. That is a word. So the stuff in my classroom, that's what's funny. My little piece of life ain't near as funny as those doggone kids. Let me keep reading. Finally caught alive. Saw that one. Changed my content completely, but you got to make what you love. I agree. I totally agree. There's LaFay with that pretty old name. How are you doing today? I totally agree. I have to do what makes me happy. I would admit filming my kids probably would make me happy, because I could talk about them all day long, but unless y'all hear it and get a feel of it yourself, you're not going to really know the vibe that these kids put out. And sometimes they are so serious, like the crises and the things that just the drama, like literally they stomp and they have all this issue. And why? Because that pencil was sharp and now it's not. And it's like, that's your biggest concern in life. Like, it's adorable, but it's also humbling, because it makes me realize that a lot of the stuff I think is a big fat deal ain't really a big fat deal. Like, whatever the greatest problem I've ever had was, in that moment, oh, I thought it was going to kill me. I didn't think I'd survive. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm just, and then you realize whatever the greatest problem you've ever had is or was, you've overcome it. You're here today. So I always feel so bad for people who give up on life, who, all of those things, especially when they're young, because little do they know, you live a couple, 2, 3 more tomorrows, and you be like, that was my biggest problem. No, I'm dealing with so-and-so. And like, life, it's just not that serious. It's not that hard. I wish so many times that I could go back and talk to my younger self, like, you stressing about what exactly? You ain't even gonna, and don't let it have been a man or a boy. You stressing about who? Babe, he ain't nearby worth the time. You know what I mean? Like, I wish so much. So I feel bad for some of the things I see. Like, a lot of what I see with the kids, I wish I could see because it's funny. But then some of it is like, this is really heartbreaking. Anywho, let me see. Things always look better on the other side. That's true. That's why we have to keep going, and that's why you have to get. That's why you have to get back on that ab roller. I'm gonna play like I didn't read the rest. My screen didn't My screen didn't scroll down, so I couldn't see the rest of what you said. 60 by I couldn't. Mm-mm. I'm getting. All right. Truth be told, I'm getting on the ab roller, but I'm not, busting it out. What happened was, let me tell you. So I get on the ab roller when I first got it. I was like, this is easy. This is, and I did way too much. I did way too many, thinking it was way too easy. Woke up the next morning and got all my feelings hurt. Like that ab roller reached back and said, "Oh, you had a feeling way back. Let me get that. Hurt that too. Hurt all of my feelings." And so I realized now that thing ain't no pump. Just because it's made out of plastic and easy to fold, it's a cute little pink color. That thing ain't no punk. So yeah, much respect to that ab roller right about now, and respect to people who do it all. Hi, Callie. How are you today, Callie Naomi? I love that. Hello, hello. Welcome to the live. I'm here for a few minutes. I'll be heading out at 2 something to go to my ENT specialist to see if yet another one can do something about these ears. Long story short, when I was a child, I had eustachian tubes put in my ears. The tubes were supposed to dissolve. Somehow they didn't. Instead, they lodged against my eardrums. We didn't know that. So many, many years later, as I'm getting older, I keep having all these ear problems. I'm a teenager and I wake up. Well, I went to bed with a headache and all this sinus pressure. And I woke up with blood on my pillow. My eardrum had ruptured. And so I then started my journey of going to an ENT. And now I had my tonsils taken out actually when I was a child, not because there was something wrong with my tonsils, but because there was something wrong with my ears. That was supposed to cure it. And then the eustachian tubes were supposed to cure it. And now, here we are still. The latest thing I've been told is that I should take allergy medicine. I think it was Zyrtec was recommended, as well as Claritin. I don't have any allergies other than dust at my mom's house, which is weird. I can dust my own house 100 times. Go to my mother's house and dust it once. I'm sick as a junkyard dog. Like, it's something about it. Whatever her dust, or I don't know what that is. But anyway, that's the only known allergy I have. So when someone was telling me I got to take an allergy medicine every day, I was like, I don't like taking anything. That's a commitment. You're talking to a woman who's divorced, and you're asking me to commit now to taking a pill every day. I couldn't wake up to him every day. I did it for years. But after a while, we had to go file the papers. So now I got to take a Zyrtec every day. Like, I feel like at 50 something, I've lived more years than I'm going to live. But I'd be doggone if I still want to take a pill every day. That's a lot. That's a whole lot to me. What I will take, if it'll help me cure something, is I'll take a menopause pill every day. So I guess I got selective commitment. I guess that's what we do. That would be selective, wouldn't it? Because I don't have the menopausal symptoms that a lot of women talk about. But baby, if I did, I would be taking some every day. So I need to take that. I need to go out and take that Zyrtec, don't I? Quit playing. Dang. But anywho, I'm about to go to this ENT specialist later on today, and they'll tell me what I need to do. Some of the things that I've had done is a previous ENT, when I've had so much fluid that the medicine wouldn't get in there quick enough, he actually cut my eardrum, and it's about as painful as it sounds. It is. He would cut it and drain the fluid, and I'd just be sitting like, all that was upside my head. They gave me a spray, and it's pretty good right in here, but apparently I need more in the middle ear. So we'll see how that works. And that's why I got some clothes on. Otherwise, I'll still be in my pajamas. We're out again because the weather is too cold. So how it's worked is we were out the 2 weeks for winter break. I was sick for one of those weeks. Then we had a blizzard when we were supposed to go back. So we were out the whole next week, which now puts us at 3 weeks of being out. But I was sick for 2. I was excuse me. Every so often I get a cough and a tickle that still comes out. But yeah, so this whole January, so far this year, I've just been sick. And then some foolishness happened yesterday as a result of what happened in November. So I'm still sick about that. I don't even much want to talk about it. Anywho, what else is going on? Tell me what y'all are up to. I'm talking about me, like I'm getting ready for choir. Me. What are y'all up to? What's going on this afternoon? I feel like a lot of y'all work from home, and I low key hate y'all for that. I hate you because I ain't you. I'm gonna be really honest. I really do. The year that I worked virtual school, first of all, I was like, y'all want me to be the virtual teacher on my grade level, and I don't even have good communication. I mean, good computer skills. I'm more that person who communicates in person, but it ended up being a fantastic year. First of all, my housekeeping chores was wonderful, wonderful. Not because I was neglecting the kids, because as it turned out, so it's like 6 hours of a school day for teacher children contact, right? I was in contact with my kids just about all the hours. Like whenever I would have a doorbell chime that would ding when they came in. I would teach lessons. I was on way more hours than anyone else, to the point that some of the kids' parents were like, "Do you know I got another kid in another grade and they're not on nearly as much? Do you think you might be working the kids too much?" I'm thinking I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, but I was the only one doing that much. So those parents let me know I was doing way too much. But even in that way too much, my kids would, I have a thing. Like my personality coming out, but I'm telling you true. I have a greater tolerance for bad kids than I do for kids who just ain't learning. Just, I ain't gonna learn, I ain't gonna try it. Like my tolerance for a child who's ill behaved is greater. You can be ill behaved and smart. I'd be doggone if you could just sit there and just not even try. Like when I have a child, and I'm not making this up, I'll have the whole screen. I'm showing the lesson. I'm teaching. I'm doing the dance. I'm doing all the things. And I got a kid who just straight up turned their head away. Can I tell you, it take Jesus and all 12 disciples for me to not want to snatch that kid? That baby, you gonna get these lessons. That's one thing you're gonna do in my class. You in Miss Kymberly, you're gonna get these lessons. So I'm sorry, I've been talking so much. Let me see what's going on over here. I kept having ear infections, and someone told me silicone earplugs when I wash my hair. Yep, I definitely have those to keep the fluid out. Only problem is when when the fluid's in there from wherever it comes, it stays in there. It stays in there until bacteria and all of that just grows, and I end up with an ear infection. Let's see. Hey, I'm also an educator. I used to teach health grades 5 through 12. I currently teach on a university level. Love your content. I'm on the treadmill watching. I can't stand the treadmill. I got to learn to like it. I got to. My daughter is a teacher as well. I don't know how y'all do. I don't know how I do it either. But I will say this. Teaching today is not what teaching was even, say, 10 years ago, 5 years ago. There was a greater respect, not just even in the community. And have I shared this on my channel? I don't know. Because some of the stuff I want to tell y'all, I'm like, yeah, I probably shouldn't say that part right there. I shouldn't say it out loud. But my mother, I think I have shared this. My mother used to go to several McDonald's around the city. On Tuesday, it'd be the McDonald's on Prospect. I'm in Kansas City, by the way. So on Tuesdays, it would be the McDonald's on the Spec. On the Wednesdays, it might be a different McDonald's. So anyway, no matter where she would go, the elderly people that she would meet up with were talking about, I don't know about these teachers. These teachers nowadays, they ain't worth a lick. They ain't no good. And so she would sit there feeling a kind of way, knowing that her daughter is I'm putting in hard work, baby. I don't just show up to work and then collect a paycheck. In fact, like when my older kids, because currently I'm teaching primary grades, right? So as my kids get older and they're in the upper grades and they get in those upper grades and they get in trouble and I see them walking with the in school ISS specialists and things like that, I'll ask him, excuse me, can I talk to this kid for a second? They know when I do that little move right there, they did something that made me mad. I'm mad because why is a child of mine? And once you've been in my class, you is my child. I know some of the mothers might get a little bit perturbed. That's your child when they go home. But when they in school, they still my kid. So I'll call them over. Why are you walking with him? What's the goings on? And so we'll end up having those conversations. My mother is well aware of how hard I work for my current and former kids and all that stuff. They walk up to me now. When the boys walk up to me with them beards and mustaches, I really don't. I don't recognize them so much, but I usually do recognize my girls years later. Like I have now taught the student of one of my former students, and that was such a thrill. She was like, I wouldn't have it any other way. There's no other teacher that I would have other than you. So I literally do work hard. My mother's going to these McDonald's and she's hearing about how these teachers ain't nothing. They don't care what the lick, they this, that, and the third. And it was upsetting her and bothering her. And she'd come back and she was like, no matter how much I say, my daughter works very hard, my daughter this and that, they still talk about it. And so I told her, tell them I'm a stripper. Stop telling them I'm a teacher. Start telling them that I'm a stripper. I promise you things are going to get different. She comes back, and do you know they have more sympathy for her? Oh, bless her heart. But you know, she doing what she can to make it. She out there working hard. She trying her best. So y'all, just so I get this clear, because I'm a little bit slow. Y'all have more respect for strippers. Not saying there's anything wrong with them, but you have more respect for strippers than you do for teachers. You think strippers work harder than... I need help on that because I can't make that make sense. I really can't. Let me go back over here. What are we looking at? Most teachers say they prefer the bad kids over the uninspired. Yes, ma'am. That is the whole absolute truth. Oh, let's see. Not your... Hey, how are you doing today, Tammy? Good to see you in there. But yeah, that was for my mother. That was more heartbreaking because I had already seen the writing on the wall. I already knew people don't respect teachers. There's a problem in America. I feel like the respect for women is less. And I'll share this little story. I can't remember if I've shared this or not, because some of the things I say, I end up editing out. And some of them I leave. But anyway, I have a niece. I'm old enough. I got a niece, great niece, and all that stuff. But she has now paid the money for greater rent, greater expenses, and all of that to make sure that her child goes to a better school. Now her child is in this better school. After November, 5th, the election of someone, they had boys going up and down the hall, grabbing their own crotch and yelling out, your body, my choice. Your body, my choice. And then they were mimicking grabbing the crotches of some of the girls in the hallway. So what does that tell me as a teacher? And bless those teachers' hearts. I mean, granted, it was high school, but what does that say? It says that these boys don't know how to really receive the message. When you have a person who holds the highest position of the land to any degree saying that it's okay to grab a woman by the crotch, when you have votes that are saying you no longer have the right to decide, when you have all of that going on and you have that message being pushed down to young boys, they really don't know how to receive that. I'm a grown budded woman and I don't really know how to understand and unwrap all of that. But these boys are basically thinking that girls don't have a say anymore. Your body is my choice. I get to do with it what I want. I get to grab it. So I don't know. It's a lot going on in the schools. It's a lot going on with education. It's a lot that people don't know. But it was, for me, I've been seeing it. I've been knowing it. This ain't no new thing. I don't even know that within education, I should have that bottle of wine, that plausible deniability, because here I go, running my doggone mouth. But I'm going to just say, in some places, in some areas, some people don't respect education the way that they should. I have been in some places where I went for an interview and they were like, set us up here, give us a mock lesson. How would you teach 5-year-olds? How would you do whatever? And here you are in a room full of people who are 9 times out of 10, 30 plus, and I'm supposed to treat you like you're 5. And this is what I do for my job interview. Because if you respected your own profession, you would never ask no funky mess like that. I have never, here I am, I'm getting ready to go to an ENT specialist, right? I have never said, set it up for me. Okay, I'm thinking about having you as my doctor, but how would you examine a person's ear? Show me how you would do that. I've never gone to a dentist and said, okay, clean this tooth right here. I want to see, how do you clean this particular? We don't do things like that. Either you're qualified for the job or you're not qualified. We don't set up silly scenarios and all of that. That's even why, as a woman, a now newly single woman, I resent it when men say, hypothetically speaking, what if, what if? Because everything else coming out of their face is about to be some foolishness. You know what I mean? So, girl, why y'all didn't tell me to get that bottle? I said I was going to watch my mouth, and let me go over here and look at some comments. Save me, y'all. Save me. Oh, y'all ain't got no comments to save me. Okay, here we go. Tammy said, I'm well at work, staying in and staying warm. Yeah, it is. She is also in Kansas City, new to vlogging, and she is new. Keep speaking my mind, girl. 60 is the new 60. Is you gonna have me a place to stay if I do? Is you go? I don't know if I can. These YouTube these Google checks ain't what y'all might think they is. They not there yet. Maybe one day. Not today. But I will say, I feel like seniors are not as respected. There is nothing that gives me greater sadness sometimes than to go into, say, a Walmart and have a senior citizen greet me looking tired and all that. You know that they're doing it because they're keeping up with their medication costs and things. Or to go to McDonald's and have a senior citizen ask my granddaughter, you know, what do you want in your Happy Meal? And like, we just need to do better by our seniors, by our children, by our teachers, by all of us. And I consider myself a civil servant. I don't care what nobody say. I do. Let me see what else. Good afternoon, everyone. Hello, NYC Chocolate. Never heard that name, I don't think. Absolutely agreed. You're speaking the truth. I may be speaking the truth, but it might be limited. All I'm going to say is water and vodka look very much alike. I'm going to leave that there. Angie, look, you my kind of people. Maybe I need to get that. Mm-hmm. But you know what's funny? So I did do a video not years ago, maybe a year ago. There was another teacher. Her name was also Kymberly. Someone from my friendship group, my online friendship group, sent me the video of a woman, a teacher who had been caught drinking on the job. I don't agree. I don't. I do not agree with anyone drinking on the job as an educator. That being said, I understand. Mm-hmm. I should probably gargle on that one. I don't agree, but I understand. It's a lot to be going on at that job sometimes. It's gotten better lately, but it's also kind of concerning that it's gotten better lately. Like I would say early on in my teaching career, when we taught social studies, I had more children report incidents at home to me than I do now. We don't really teach social studies now. We don't really teach, hey, good touch, bad touch. If it feels uncomfortable, it's probably not good. We don't teach all of those things now. And I don't have as many children reporting to me now. And no part of me believes, oh, the numbers have decreased. I think because we have gotten so into pushing the curriculum and the numbers and the things like that, that we might have lost sight of the kids. Might have. I don't know. Not saying that's the case in my district, but I'm just saying that's the case in general. That's the case that I've heard other teachers say. I'm not just, let me sip on something and see if I can read another comment. Many years ago, my daughter's English teacher had to be escorted off the campus because she was drunk. I wish that was, it's not funny. It's not funny, but it is. I had a professor, I'm telling you, that was one of my 90-minute classes. That professor sipped on that same cup of coffee all 90 minutes. Nice and slow. And would take a sip, be like, and look at it's like, oh baby, we don't think that's coffee in there, but hey, whatever. Whatever. At that time, we were college kids. You should be there because you want to be there. So it shouldn't have been that difficult, but I guess it was. I keep minding my business. But anywho, let me see. How's the exercise going? Hurtful. Hurt that I paid for that ab roller, but I don't think it respects me. I feel like it's very disrespectful. It doesn't. It don't ease me into it. It don't give me no warning. Like I can tell you right about here, very sore, very sore. I have not felt that muscle in a long time. It felt like it was trying to do cartwheels outside of my body. So how is that exercise? It's painful. And I'm upset because my favorite form of exercise is going out and walking. But I can't go out and walk because we got spots of black ice and all the foolishness there. So you just came from the gym. You make me sick. You're probably all nice and fit and healthy and everything. Oh, bless your heart. I wish I like exercise, but I just don't. The only form I like is actually getting out and about and walking. That's it for me. So I don't know. I said I was gonna be on here for like half an hour ish. Y'all, I gotta get going. I gotta go to my ENT specialist. But I kind of feel like I want to come back on and talk to y'all some more. I wonder if 6 o'clock would be a good time. Because I got some errands to run. I need to stop by, see my mother, do all of that. Let's see. It's got to be something about the English teacher. My English teacher stayed drunk. I ain't going to say that school. And didn't care who knew it. Guess what? The professor I had was an English professor. Maybe it's all that reading Edgar Allan Poe because that's kind of depressing. I liked it, but it was a little bit depressing. But that being said, y'all, I gotta go. I forgot to say this in all my previous videos, so let me say it now. If you have not yet hit the like button, please do help me out. I would appreciate it so much. Come back. I'm gonna try to come back 6 o'clock my time. I don't know what time it is where you are, but right now for me it's 2:08 p.m. and I gotta get going so I can go check out this ENT specialist. And I hope he doesn't have to cut my eardrum. I hope it's something much more simple than that. Let's see, what are y'all talking about? Oh, I almost lost it. There we go. Good luck with the doctor. Thank you so much. See you later. Be safe out there. And now I'm messing up my screen. There we go. Can't read it. Good. See you later. Oh, I hope so. Y'all take care. And thank you so much for coming in. I will talk to y'all later, hopefully at 6 o'clock.